Let's go to this now. The Minister of Basic Education and Police have signed a protocol which aims to address rising violence and crimes in schools. The agreement places emphasis on shared responsibility among parents, school governing bodies, as well as learners themselves in creating safer learning environments. But in communities like Samora Machel in Cape Town, the reality remains grim. In just 3 weeks, 4 children have been shot and killed in separate incidents. The most recent victim is a 15-year-old Aznani Sikubani. Newzroom Afrika's Nasiphi now joins us live from that community. A very good morning to you, Nasiphi. But earlier on, we're speaking to the Minister of Basic Education about this protocol that has been signed. And the emphasis there is also that while there are these efforts that are being taken by the two ministries, unfortunately, crime is also still a social issue. Tell us about what you are seeing from your vantage point this morning.
Well, Aldrin and Samora Machel, the news of the signing of the protocol between Police Minister Senzo Mchunu and Basic Education Minister Siviwe Gwarube comes at a time where they are grappling with the scourge of violence and just recently focusing on those that are either making their way to school or coming back. And from the 11th, from the 22nd of May until the 11th of June, 4 learners were gunned down, either making their way to school or from school, just in Samora Machel. And as you put it, 15-year-old Aznani, who was gunned down just not too far from where we are standing, making her way to school, is something that the community is highlighting to be a grave concern for them. I am joined now by the CPF spokesperson, Xolani Georgia. Just yesterday, we saw the signing between Minister of Police and Basic Education Minister of the Safe School Protocol. What are your thoughts, taking into account what this community has been experiencing just recently?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Xolani Georgia, the spokesperson of Samora Machel CPF. We are not excited yet about the signing of the protocol by the two ministers of basic education and the Minister of Police. Why I'm saying that, we'll be excited and when we see the practicality of it. We want to see the action on the ground. We want to see people, they want to see police on the ground, not signing of the protocol. There was imbizos during the beginning of this year. There were promises that were made by by the government per se. The imbizos that was around January, February this year in this area of Samora Machel, where the DP of police was here. There were promises that were made to the community. But out of those promises, nothing that even exists even now. There's nothing happened. So we'll be excited when we see something happen in the schools, the safety of the schools, because the school learners, they are not safe, even their parents, they're not safe at all.
How does this policing look like for you? I mean, if we're talking visible policing, we've seen a number of vans of police, including law enforcement, making their way past the schools that are in the vicinity. What would police visibility look like, particularly focusing on the safety of learners as they are walking to and from school?
According to the issue that is in hand in this area, we still need more police. We need police who will be on the ground. Remember, it's difficult to run after the criminals when you are driving the vans. We need police who will be patrolling on their foot, they're doing the foot patrol with CPF, with neighborhood watches. At the back of me now, there's a residence, community volunteers who volunteer themselves, standing here, make sure that the people who are going to work, they are safe taking the taxis. So we are not even excited to see the vans. I know Samora Machel, the vans are too scarce. We still need more. But in this recent incident that is happening in Samora Machel, it needs a strategy. People who will be on the ground, physically on the ground, working in the informal settlement, doing searches and to the school inside, not passing with the vans. Yeah.
How is the community feeling? I mean, in less than 30 days, from the 22nd of May until the 11th of June, 4 school pupils were gunned down in the streets of Samora Machel.
the community are still shocked, are still traumatized. And even the community now, they say that they are not safe even to their houses because of the gunshots that are happening on a daily basis in Samora, Machel. Look, before, just after the 4 incidents of the school learners, there are 2 incidents that took place. One taxi driver was shot 2 days ago. So that's why the community, they are not safe. They are saying that they just need an answer to the government. Out of those incidents, there is no even one arrest that has been made. We don't know why. That is why we need more strategies to the police and to the intelligence. You know, that is why we are asking even the president just to borrow us, Mr. Mkhwananzi, to visit here in Samora, Machel only for 2 months, because we have been seeing the job that he has done in KZN. So we want him to come to do a site visit to this area of Samora, Machel. Yeah, we are appealing to the president to release Mkhwananzi to come to visit in Samora, Machel.
Thank you so much. There is Qorani Georgia there from Samora, Machel, CPF, speaking of the challenges that they've encountered, but also their thoughts on the launch or the signing between the Basic Education Minister and Police Minister just yesterday of a safe school protocol. They are a little bit skeptical, saying that there has been a number of promises made when it comes to the safety of residents in Samora, Machel by those in power. At this juncture, they have not seen those promises materialize. So they are not necessarily holding their breath when it comes to the protocol, safe school protocol that has been launched. However, they are asking for dialogue with the various government leaders, including those that do have the muscle power to ensure the safety of residents and scholars, to try and see how they can tailor-make the safety of this particular community, particularly the school children, especially when they're making their way to school in the morning and in the afternoon.